Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now. Let's dive into this potential blockbuster trade rumor that's been buzzing around NFL circles lately. Rumors that, if true, could shake up the entire AFC North and give the Steelers a huge boost heading into the second half of the season. It's about Amon-Ra St. Brown, the young and dynamic wide receiver from the Detroit Lions, possibly making his way to Pittsburgh in a trade that has NFL insiders buzzing. Now I know what you're thinking. Is this really happening? Could the Steelers pull off such a move? Well, stay tuned because the details emerging are fascinating and could very well alter the landscape of the division. Sources close to the situation indicate that the Lions might be open to trading Amon-Ra St. Brown in exchange for a first-round pick and a second-round pick. Detroit, currently sitting at 8-6, is facing some tough decisions. They're carrying a hefty cap hit of around $20 million and with an offense that's been shaky at times, averaging about 6 points per game. They've been hesitant to commit long-term to a wide receiver on the rise, especially when their offensive rebuild is still in progress. The Lions have been prioritizing defensive line picks and have been somewhat cautious about extending their receiving core, especially with Jared Goff aging and the team still trying to find consistency on offense. Plus, Detroit's management seems to doubt whether extending St. Brown makes sense at this point, considering their rebuild and cap situation. Meanwhile, the Steelers, sitting at 8-6, are desperately looking for an elite wide receiver to bolster their passing game, which frankly has been a weak spot this season. Kenny Pickett has shown flashes, but the Steelers' offense needs that game-changing receiver, someone who can stretch the field, create yards after the catch, and be a reliable target in clutch moments. That's exactly what Amon-Ra St. Brown could bring to the table. He's a proven playmaker with a career production that's hard to ignore. Over his 3 seasons, he's caught 430 passes for nearly 852 yards and 30 touchdowns, averaging a solid 12.1 yards per catch. That's the kind of consistent production that can transform a passing game and open up the field for other weapons. And if we look at his recent performance, it's clear he's only getting better. In 2025, he's projected to play 14 games and rack up around 94 receptions for approximately 140 yards and 11 touchdowns. His yards per catch remain consistently high at 12.1, and he's shown minimal signs of injury, which is crucial for a team like the Steelers that values durability. His metrics are impressive, an overall PFF grade around 88, with an EPA per target of 0.18 and an average of about 5.2 yards after catch per reception. That YAC number really highlights his ability to turn short throws into big gains, something the Steelers desperately need in their offense. Now, why would Detroit consider trading him? Well, some analysts believe that the Lions might be hesitant to fully commit to Goff's current age and their ongoing rebuild. They might prefer to trade away St. Brown for draft capital to accelerate their rebuild, especially since they've been prioritizing defensive line picks instead of extending their offensive weapons. The Lions' management seems to doubt whether a long-term extension makes sense with their current trajectory, and trading him now could net them valuable picks to continue building their defense. For the Steelers, the allure is obvious. Imagine inserting a talent like St. Brown into their offense. Suddenly, their passing game gets a serious upgrade. He could be the piece that boosts their EPA per pass by around 15%, similar to what Tyreek Hill did for the Dolphins in 2022, boosting their yards per game and YAC as well. With St. Brown, the Steelers could see their offensive efficiency skyrocket. His presence would open up the field for George Pickens and Pat Freiermuth and give Kenny Pickett a reliable target who can create yards after the catch, stretch the defense, and make big plays on third down. Some projections suggest that if St. Brown joins the Steelers, he could easily rack up around 200 yards in the upcoming season, adding at least 6 wins to their current tally. That kind of boost could be the difference between making the playoffs and falling just short. Plus, considering his recent form, minimal injuries, high PFF grades, and his ability to perform in clutch moments, He could be a real X factor during the playoff push. Odds currently favoring the trade are around plus 6,600, but if it goes through, those odds could tighten significantly, possibly to plus 2,800, reflecting how impactful he could be. Now let's talk about the impact on the Steelers' style of play. Pittsburgh has been known for its explosive physical offense, grounded in solid running, tough blocking, and timely passing. Adding a receiver like St. Brown would bring a new dimension, making their attack more versatile and unpredictable. It could turn the Steelers into a more dynamic, high-powered offense, capable of competing with the best in the league. Think about the potential for a revitalized offense that combines the physicality of their running game with a sleek, efficient passing attack led by a receiver who can create yards after the catch like few others. The division race is heating up, and this kind of move could give the Steelers the edge they need to not only contend, but to truly dominate the AFC North. Given the competitive nature of the division, Bengals, Ravens, and Browns all fighting for playoff positioning, getting a player of St. Brown's caliber could be a game changer. It would send a message that the Steelers are all in, ready to make a deep playoff run and perhaps even chase another Super Bowl trophy. Of course, there are questions and uncertainties. Will Detroit actually pull the trigger? Will the Steelers be willing to part with their draft capital? But if the rumors are true and this move materializes, it could go down as one of the most significant trades of the season, reshaping the AFC landscape. And for us Steelers fans, it's exciting to think about how an upgrade at receiver could transform our offense, making them more explosive and unpredictable. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, if this trade goes down, it would be a huge boost for Pittsburgh's playoff chances. The team has been solid but needs that extra spark on offense to really threaten the league's top defenses. St. Brown's ability to create yards after the catch and make clutch plays could elevate the Steelers from a good team to a true contender. His potential arrival is also a symbol of the Steelers' ongoing effort to build a more modern, explosive offense, one that can keep up with the high-powered teams in the AFC, like the Chiefs, Dolphins, and Bills. And let's not forget the intangibles. St. Brown is known for his work ethic, leadership, and football IQ, traits that resonate well with the Steelers' culture. His presence would not only improve the passing game, but also inspire the younger receivers and help develop the overall offensive identity. It's exactly the kind of move that could jumpstart a new era of Steelers football, one where explosive plays and clutch performances become the norm rather than the exception. Of course, this is all speculation for now, but the potential is definitely there. The NFL is unpredictable, and sometimes a single trade can change everything. If the Steelers do pull this off, it would be a masterstroke, adding a proven playmaker to a team hungry for postseason success. Fans are already dreaming of the possibilities, imagining how this new weapon could be the missing piece in their Super Bowl puzzle. And with the NFL trade deadline approaching, the buzz just keeps growing. So Steelers fans, keep your eyes peeled. This story isn't over yet, and if it happens, it could be one of the most exciting developments of the season. A young, talented receiver like Amon-Ra St. Brown in the Steel City. That's the kind of move that makes the fans believe again, that keeps the hope alive, and that could help us write a new chapter in Steelers history. We all know how the team thrives on resilience, grit, and a bit of that Steel City magic. Maybe, just maybe, this trade rumor becomes reality and we get to see our beloved Steelers shine even brighter in the years ahead. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.